Hey guys, Josh here, or you may have known me before as Warfighter268, and here with me is Christian, aka Mr. Sampson.
What up?
Work on the name, buddy. So, like I said in my announcement video, this is the podcast portion I was talking about. Up a little late, cause life likes to just do things to you, and, just keep it PG-13. So today it's gonna be a real quick one. We're gonna talk about a few things that's happened in the past few weeks. I'd like to touch upon the Thor poster that came out. Not really the poster, the cover with Thor for Ragnarok. I don't know if you saw it.
The one with the his new haircut?
His
or the
haircut, swords, Hela, Valkyrie, is that her name?
This poster, yeah. I'm not really digging his haircut, man. Like,
Apparently
it was in the comics at some point, but I don't know. I need my 70s surfer hair on Chris Hemsworth, man. I can't take him seriously.
I think he's going to get it back when he gets the hammer back.
Yeah. There's several news reports that says he'll get his hair back in Infinity War because the concept art showed Thor.
You mean him and that raccoon? Yeah. But I think the movie's gonna be interesting. It's got Doctor Strange, Benedict's reprising his role, and it's got Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo is the Hulk. I think the movie's gonna be interesting. Just have to wait and see. I ain't gonna give no detailed speculation or anything until the trailer comes out. So I mean, that.
I've never really been a fan of the solo Thor films, to be quite honest with you. I know they got this new director, and he's been saying it's a whole new tone, very comedic, and I'm just I mean, that's cool and all, but I don't want it. That's the thing with Marvel. I just don't want it to be to the point where it's too comedic that I don't see this as a superhero film. I see this as a parody in a sense. Not saying it's a parody, but I'm just saying you need to keep some sort of boundaries with the source material. I'm sorry.
Well, in all honesty, are you watching it for Thor or are you watching it for the Incredible Hulk?
I'm watching it for John Cena.
Oh, right. Didn't know he was in that one.
Yeah, he filmed a cameo or something, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's great. It's gonna be a little weird, but it's great. Which I think Thanos is gonna be in the. You know what? I'm not gonna sit here and go on about Thor Ragnarok and Marvel speculation. I'll be here all day. Let me just move on here. The next chunket of news, the Matrix reboot. Don't know what I think about that at all. It's kind of random. Is Warner Brothers doing this, right? Warner Brothers?
Yeah, Warner Brothers is doing the reboot, but the Wachowskis, the masterminds behind the trilogy, I mean, it's not confirmed that they're not coming back or confirmed they're coming back, but the way it's going, it looks like they won't have any directorial involvement in this new franchise. And there's a rumor that Michael B. Jordan is being eyed for a...
That's obviously Michael B. Jordan's getting a lot of traction in Hollywood now, despite his minor little setback in Fan Stick. We don't talk about that atrocity, which, believe it or not, was almost a year and a half ago. Yeah, almost 2 years. Go figure. But anyways, I don't know how I feel about a Matrix reboot. You really don't need to reboot the Matrix because it's a thing on its own. I don't know. How could you reboot the Matrix? Really?
I don't necessarily think it's really a reboot, more or less, than it's more of a remake, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I just watched the Matrix for the movies, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't any sort of continuity in books or graphic novels prior to the film, but maybe they are doing that. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Maybe it's like a little thing of mine. Maybe they're doing a prequel like maybe a prequel trilogy or maybe a prequel side story that maybe ties in with the larger picture. That would be nice.
Like the Hobbit to the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, or they did a CGI movie called Matrix, the Animatrix. It was a quick CGI animated movie for the Matrix that ties into the main story. They did it around 2004, after the release of Revolutions. It was neat, and I read up on the backstory to the Matrix and the whole idea of war with the machines and everything. That was really interesting, and I was hoping they would make a film about it, but I haven't seen anything on it yet. Machines riding horses, ripping off the heads of soldiers. Come on, I mean, that sounds amazing. Metal horses, mind you, and they're wearing cloaks like reapers or something. Man, think about it. That is.
You gotta send me a link to this.
It's been years. It's been years since I've seen that. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do some digging. But yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't remember if they got a release date set in mind, but I'm guessing it's probably gonna be maybe 2019, 2020. That's when everything's gonna calm down for a little bit, I feel. Because Warner Brothers still needs to get their DC movies in check. They need to be focusing on that, honestly.
Yeah, man. The Matrix, I think if realistically, somewhere around 2020, 2021, because I feel like, Warner Brothers doesn't really have a good track record when it just comes to, just trying to re-innovate, films and such to that nature. But I think their top priority should be, DC. But I mean, hey man, it's been a while since we've seen The Matrix, and I think it'd be pretty cool with like a modern take with it, with some cool visual effects. As long as Snyder's not directing it, I mean, you got my money.
Please, no Snyder. And
oh dear God, that's a possibility.
It is. He was supposed to be fired after Justice League Part 1, but apparently I heard he might direct Part 2. I don't know.
Honestly, this may sound a bit conspiratorial, but I have a theory in mind that Affleck stepped down from the Batman film to work on Justice League Part 2. I don't know. This is a theory of mine, man, because I don't know.
Be nice. Affleck really needs to. He really needs to step up and fix this problem. Because this is a problem for DC right now. DC, their movies are not doing well. I heard Wonder Woman was not that good from early reviews. And
really? I heard, like, the opposite.
I think it's more like mixed. Much like Iron Fist right now is being mixed reviews. I haven't watched it yet. I'm getting around to it. But yeah, I don't know. People right now, they take stuff too seriously, and they criticize a piece of work for every little thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't necessarily know if it's just one person like Affleck to actually fix an entire universe. I think it's well, by the time Jeff Johns came on and kind of wanted to take it into a different direction.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was already done filming. Justice League was like in the middle of production. So to be quite fair, anything after Justice League is where we can start losing hope or not.
You say losing hope or gaining hope?
I mean both, in a sense, because if they didn't step up their game after Justice League 1, and that's obviously, you can't blame Snyder for that. That's just a new direction they're taking.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're either gonna gain hope or lose hope at that point. But hope for the best, man. Like that's all I gotta say. Hope for the best.
Speaking of hoping for the best, after the news that Aquaman got delayed again and pushed back.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. So the other curious thing I noticed, Aquaman was pushed back, and the movie that took its place was the Venom film that we've been hearing about since 2007. So I don't know what's going on. Venom's happening again, but there's no confirmation that it ties in with the MCU or the Garfield films or the Maguire films or anything really. It's just there as usual.
Man, and this is Sony, right? Sony. I mean, they've been trying to get this Venom movie off the ground. But yeah, since the third Spider-Man movie.
It's been more than a decade. Well, it's
actually
almost
a decade.
About a decade, yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, you can tell that they're trying to make this specifically perfect. I mean, I heard by the time Deadpool came out, they wanted to make something like that with Venom, like a rated R kind of thing. But I really don't. If it's in the MCU, I mean, that's cool and dandy and whatnot. But tying into the Garfield films, as much as I'd like to see that trilogy get completed, because I'm still a bit salty over Andrew not getting that third film. I think they might do a Deadpool with this one. Like, it's its own thing, but at any time it could easily be connected in the same universe, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how they should go about it. But I have a question. If this does end up going through, you think it's going to be the Flash Thompson or the Eddie Brock?
You know what? They've been pushing Eddie Brock for so long, and I think they're going with Eddie Brock. That's the fan favorite. Sony, like I said, they got a bad track record when it comes to Spider-Man and getting stuff off the ground. So they're going to want to take the safest route possible, and that would be Eddie Brock. People know him. They know of him. If you want to branch off and do more with Flash Thompson, somehow, I guess, plant him in there and do it for the future. It's tricky, because if you do that, then at some point Spider-Man is going to have to pop up, and you're going to recast with a whole new Spider-Man, or are you going to maybe use from the MCU, or are you going to use one of the past ones, or I don't know what they're going to do. It's tricky. It really is. I want it to happen, as you can tell. I mean, this going to be a little promotion here, shameless promotion. My Venom commercials. I love Venom. He's one of my favorite villains. Venom villain. But as far as a film goes, it's difficult. It's difficult getting off the ground, and I'm telling you right now, if this ends up getting scrapped in the next 2 years, or year, they got a year, pretty much, a year and a half, to get this up and running. It's not going to happen. If it falls through now and the date's not met and something happens, I have a feeling this movie's never going to happen. At least not for like another 10, 15 years, maybe 20. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, man. I mean, it'd be really dope, just to see Venom back and done justice.
Exactly.
As a film, I like their thinking and their approach towards it, because I think dealing with the concept of the symbiotes alone, you can't really do that in one Spider-Man film, because you gotta, how do I explain this to you? I mean, the symbiote story arc, no matter how you put the symbiote, in the context of any of the Spider-Man films, it takes up the majority of the time frame in the film slot that you have for that franchise.
Yeah.
And I think doing a film spin-off series, or even a Netflix series or something of that nature, I think that'd be very useful at their time in terms of developing character, developing what the symbiote is, explaining, and all that,
Exactly, and
this is basically just excuse my French, but just refrain from any of the excess bullshit, entering the Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think the film will be made within the next 5 years, or at least be greenlit within the next 5 years.
Because I know it took Deadpool a while to get greenlit. That's Fox, but still, it's still a studio with a lot of bad track records. until recently when they're kind of getting okayish, better.
I think now that Deadpool is out, I think the worry or the concern of trying to push Venom into a rated R setting, I think all that's behind them now. Now that you've seen the success of Deadpool and Logan that just came out, I think they have a bit more confidence if they do want to go in a R-rated direction.
Because I know Marvel's never gonna go rated R since Disney owns a vast portion of it, of Marvel Studios, and that's really not gonna work out because to Disney. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know everything. Maybe Marvel can go rated R, but they just refuse not to because they know you make a lot of money with kids, action figures, stuff like that.
I mean, they kind of go in a mature platform with the Netflix series, and that's in continuity with the MCU. So that's been a whole nother topic. Like, people's really concerned that they're not in continuity because apparently in Iron Fist, I read Avengers Tower is nowhere to be found. It's nowhere to be found in any of the Netflix shows, and you gotta wonder, does the Netflix shows take place before Age of Ultron, or it takes place after Avengers 1, but maybe in between 2 and 1? I've actually talked to a buddy of mine about this, and we both noticed that within the first 2 seasons of Daredevil and Jessica Jones, they reference the Battle of New York quite often, and so the theory that we came up with is that all the first seasons possibly take place right after the first Avengers film, and the Defenders would possibly take place in a span between Age of Ultron and Civil War. To some extent, but I think they just need to. I think Marvel just doesn't know exactly what to do with the Netflix characters. You actually see like Iron Man and Daredevil. I think you're just waiting for like the right time, right?
I think they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait until after Infinity War to make any kind of confirmation because they want to just focus on this mainly and get it out of the way, and that way, once Infinity War's done and all these other actors like Thor and Hulk and everybody, which I think they're not going to stick around that much longer, they're going to open a pathway to do more connections and try and keep the audience built. Because a lot of people, they're going to lose interest after Infinity War because they're thinking, what's next? So, it'd be great if they did Galactus and the Fantastic Four, but that's a problem on its own because Fox.
I think after or post Infinity War, I think, in my opinion, I think Marvel should go to character-driven stories instead of these intergalactic excuse my French. But I mean, I do understand. Robert Downey Jr. is, but he's probably not going to be around after Infinity War. And that's why they've been, thank God for the success of Black Panther and Guardians and Ant-Man, because they'll be around after Infinity War.
And Spider-Man too.
And I mean, Spider-Man, but I'm anti Tom Holland, so I'm not gonna. But you're right. Spider-Man will be around. Spider-Man will always be around, to be quite honest with you. Yeah.
And I think what they could do, instead of interdimensional, that was what I was about to get at. You know what? I don't want to say interstellar, that's stupid. Space. Instead of going to space and finding your enemies, maybe I was thinking with Doctor Strange and how he's getting set up for Dormammu in the future. Obviously not the sequel, but maybe you can do something with Dormammu, like maybe dimensional barriers are ruptured with him, and maybe you can do a storyline that culminates to the comics event for the Incursions.
That would be nice. Yeah, something along the lines of an Incursion and DC Injustice kind of thing. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I kind of do Battle World. I think that was it, right?
That'd be nice. Yeah, Battle World. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was an interesting storyline. I read up on it, and obviously you can't use Doctor Doom because he was kind of the main. He was like the main person in charge after the whole Incursions event, and that'd be the best way in these next 3 phases, which I think that's what they're doing. 3 phases, culmination, beginning, middle, and end. Bringing new characters like Hyperion. I love Hyperion. The guy's awesome. He's Marvel's Superman. Bringing characters like, maybe, do something with the Thunderbolts. Like maybe Red Hulk and Elektra, you have them. Punisher. Can't use Deadpool. You see where I'm going with this, right? Bring in more characters.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Just build up everything. We have the Inhumans. I don't know. There's set photos. I don't know if that's from the movie or the show.
I honestly, I don't. I think they did something weird where it's like a 2 kind of parter in theaters, or I don't know, something.
That's weird. Inhumans has been a weird topic for the last longest anyway, so.
I think Marvel should do everything they can to find a way to bring the XMen to the MCU, because and I know that's a bit, because you can't really. I mean, there's a lot of success with the X-Men with Fox, as we've seen with Days of Future Past, First Class, Deadpool, and Logan. But I mean, there's been a lot of with the Origins and Last Stand.
Yeah. Somewhat Apocalypse.
Somewhat I think it's the marketing with Apocalypse that really didn't.
Yeah, I didn't like the marketing at all.
Yeah, I don't think it really.
But at this point, could you really take those X-Men and then place them in the modern day MCU? I mean, technically you could. You can and you can't. It's confusing, and you'd have to reboot it again because, for one, they just kind of killed off Wolverine. So, if Marvel did get the X-Men back, they're going to reboot everything, and man, that's all she wrote for everything you knew before.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel's known to work their way around things, so.
Yeah, heck, they got back Spider-Man. Despite casting decisions, they got him back. They got Daredevil back from, was it Fox?
Yeah, Fox.
They got Daredevil, Punisher, Ghost Rider, or Ghost Rider's from Sony.
I think Ghost Rider. It flipped off from studio to studio for a bit.
Yeah, but I haven't been keeping up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I saw the one episode where they introduced that one Ghost Rider. I forgot his name, but apparently they are doing Johnny Blaze, I heard a while back. So I haven't been keeping up with the show, but it's good. They're getting all their characters together. They're getting them all back. Just the main ones they're missing right now is the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. If we could get those 2 properties back, then we really have no limit as far as Marvel is concerned.
Definitely.
Could have probably did a closer to home Civil War story if that was the case.
Yeah, they could do a Civil War 2.
That's actually a thing.
Yeah, with Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and we have Captain Marvel now. That's got our own movie. But all in all, that's really all the news has been coming out this past week. If you know of anything that's came out this past week, I should know about.
Power Rangers is next week, and I will be attending the premiere and the official after party on Wednesday.
Yes, he will.
Hopefully, maybe I could I don't know. Maybe I can do a quick Q&A with some of them. Who knows? Posted here on the channel.
Oh, dude, awesome. That would be great. Give us a little shout out in there. Maybe say, oh, hey, another shameless promotion, people. The Wrath of Zed, Wrath of Zed. Just throwing it out there.
Is the official correspondent of Locklear Entertainment.
Yes, exactly. That was post Locklear Entertainment. I mean, pre. I'm getting mixed up. I know we're kind of running out of time, but I really want to see how they're going to do the whole thing with the Zeo crystal in this. Apparently, it's like, I don't know if.
I don't want to know.
Oh, okay. Well, stuff we do know. Rita Repulsa is awesome. There's a little clip Nickelodeon put out. So the Pink Ranger, right? She's driving down with her Zord. She's firing at Rita. Rita's just walking straight, and there's bullets, these blasters going on all around her, and she's just walking casually. Just looks at her flying away, and she just starts making snarky remarks and just laughing about her. About the Pink Ranger. I'm just like, Rita. Oh, yes.
I'm a very sensitive person when it comes to films being released. Like, I will not watch any of the clips that have been released, the TV spots, any set photos, anything that could jeopardize.
You watched the teaser, right? Just the teaser trailer.
I watched the first trailer that came out last year, and I watched the one that came out the same day the second Logan trailer came out, and that's it. That's the only footage I have ever seen. I have been on a 24-hour hunt on my social media to block any and everything Power Rangers.
Oh, dude,
I'm that kind of guy.
I'm like, right now, I'm staying away from certain sites. I keep hearing about these early reviews that came out, and I'm just like, you know what? Nope, no spoilers, no nothing.
Are they good reviews or bad reviews?
I don't know. I didn't look. Fear of spoilers, because people's douchebags. They'll go into comment sections and they'll post just stuff like, guys, a little spoiler warning here for Logan. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. You're kind of running out of time at this point. I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go watch Logan. But people put in the comment section, like, Professor X and Logan die in Wolverine. I'm like, why would you do that to people? It's kind of self-explanatory, but come on. I'm ranting.
No, you're right though. You're right. Like it's a legit fear that I have, at least.
Like, dude, that's how I forgot which movie it was. I think that's how The Amazing Spider-Man 2 kind of got ruined for me. I had a fear that Gwen was going to die in the movie, but I was kind of hoping, well, maybe they'll kind of save it for the third one. Nope.
Yeah, man, I think it was like the third Man of Steel trailer I watched, like a night before I was about to watch the movie, and some dumbass just decided to say Pa Kent died in a hurricane, or excuse me, in a tornado, and Superman snapped Zod's neck. I'm like, yeah, right, man, that won't happen. That's too lame. And then you just see Kevin Costner in a tornado and Michael Shannon's neck just.
And you wonder why Superman didn't do that to Doomsday. Hell, whoops! Batman v Superman spoilers. Should have snapped his neck, dude.
Definitely, man.
But man, that's really all we got for this week, and covering bases from last week. We have not watched Kong, so we're not going to talk about Kong. I did see the post-credits scene, and if you don't want to know what it was, click off this now. Samson, you want to hear what it was?
Yeah, man. Tell me. Let's go.
Okay. Well, all it was the two main characters in the film. They're in this room, like this interrogation room, and the other two characters in the film, I don't know their names. I haven't watched it. They come in and they tell them Kong isn't the only king. And the next thing you know, you start seeing slides of Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra. And then there's this giant slide with Godzilla fighting King Ghidorah, Mothra and Rodan in the same picture, and it's like cave drawings. So something must have happened a while ago, and the people on Skull Island I think it was Skull Island. I haven't seen the movie, but it was awesome looking. King Ghidorah is a lot bigger than Godzilla. That's gonna be interesting, but that's all I got from that. Haven't watched Kong. I'm more of a Godzilla guy anyway, so.
Awesome, man. Sounds like a monster Royal Rumble is about to happen.
Woo! I'm ready. 2019. Let's go. But man, it's been great having you. It's been great for you people that's been listening to me ranting and him just sitting idly by while I sound like a complete moron. But we still don't have a name for this podcast yet. We're working that out. So we're gonna call this.
If you guys have any ideas, comment below.
Yeah, any ideas, just throw them down there. You can leave them on the Twitters and the Facebooks and the... Oh, boy. You know what? Just leave them at those two. If I see anybody go to my DeviantArt start leaving stupid comments, again, no. Just no. You leave that crap over here. You don't bring it over there. But, guys, it's been fun. Mr. Sam, it's been pretty legit having you on here.
Awesome, Dawson.
Yes. Well, this is Warfightio's, which is not my name anymore, Josh, signing off. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next week to talk about Saban's Power Rangers.
Awesome.
All right, man. Thanks, everybody.